Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Kimberly Dozier, who knows what reporters do and tells us that every day of her life.
Have to forgive me, I'm a little rusty. I've been off the air for a while, slacking off. Thank you for honoring Bob and me tonight, and Paul and James, and by this, everyone who is still out there doing this job. Since 9/11, our job has changed. We used to be able to cross enemy lines at will and tell both sides of the story, and that made us a bit fearless. And we've learned some hard lessons about how it's changed since then. I carry that with me every day now. Now, many of those who once welcomed the chance to talk to the International Press Corps instead seem to see us as symbols to be targeted. They relate us back as citizens of the countries with which they are at war. Some blame the military embed program. I place more blame probably on the internet. Simply put, we are not as indispensable as we once were to reach an international audience. Whoever they happen to be who want to get the story out, they don't come to us anymore. They go to the web. So I've had a few executives ask me, is it worth the risk to keep doing this? Well, I think we don't have a choice. We still have to go out there on the ground, despite the security limitations, despite the fact that it seems like our view is getting smaller and smaller. Every time I went back to Iraq, it was getting harder and harder to go out. But we have to try to keep presenting that objective story. We have to try to find the truth for our audience back home and for our leaders back home, so we can tell them what's going wrong and what's going right, so they can make the kind of choices they need to make to fix things. And right now I want to salute all of those who are out there still doing the job. To all of you in Iraq, Iraqis, and the International Corps, I hope to join you, not right away, but sometime soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Kimberly. We are so glad you are here tonight. The next Seidenberg Award will be presented to Bob Woodruff by ABC's chief Washington correspondent, the anchor of this week. He has spent a decade at ABC News and began anchoring this week in 2002. As you know, he served in the Clinton White House as a senior advisor to the President of the United States. Please welcome George Stephanopoulos.
Miracles do happen. When I look at Bob, he's still too damn handsome. He's still cracking jokes, and he's still hitting on my wife. That is true. But he's not denying it either. But it's almost impossible to think back to that Sunday morning last year when we first heard that Bob and Doug had been hit. And when I think back to that moment now, the first thing that pops into my head is that miracles really do happen. But even miracles have to be helped along by a lot of hard work. And looking at Bob today, it's hard to feel anything but awe and infinite gratitude for all of the military teams who brought him back to life in Iraq, in Germany, here in the United States, and who worked so hard to save his life. And hard work for high ideals is the story of Bob's life. He makes it all look so